Hey, what's up? How you doing? First question, why Rolling Rock? That's just what I happened to have in my fridge, I think, the first time. But over the years, I always, I liked that it was Rolling Rock, because then when I used the LJN Rolling Rocker, I thought that was funny. Just I don't know, just the word Rolling Rock, it just sort of fits the nerd, I think. Were you really drinking all that scotch in the Hyde video? So far, it's all alcohol questions. I had like a real bottle of scotch, and then I took another bottle, and I filled it with Gatorade and iced tea, and I made a certain concoction that matched the same exact color. So it was like the same hue as the real scotch, and I used that. Did you get to play the new Back to the Future game? I've been trying for 5 months to play that game, and I have not played it yet, but I think I'm going to get to it pretty soon. So one of these days. Is it good?
It's awesome.
Cool. Says the guy with the Marty hat. Do there exist any good LJN games?
No.
Well, last night I was actually playing a game that I had fond memories of was Royal Rumble on SNES.
Yeah.
That was fun. I was playing with Craig last night. And what we found is that when you grapple in that game, it goes on and on. It just becomes a button masher. And if you can both mash at the same speed, the game goes on for infinity. I heard LJN made a game on Dreamcast sometime. I think that was like their last game. Never played it. I would like to know that their last game may have been decent, but I don't know. Have you ever met Will Wheaton? Will Wheaton, Wesley Crusher from Star Trek Next Generation. Do you ascribe to Whedon's Law? You know what, I looked at this question right before this, and I did not know what Whedon's Law is, so I looked it up, and apparently it means don't be a dick or something. So I don't know, I still don't know what that has to do with Will Wheaton specifically. It sounds more like a general life rule, so don't be a dick. I think we could all agree with that. What is your favorite color or dinosaur? Actually, I thought at first it said, what's your favorite color of dinosaur? And I was like, you know the game Color a Dinosaur? I was like, is there more than one? Like, what's your favorite one? Well, favorite color, I don't know. I don't know. Black. Is that a color? How about the dinosaur? I don't know. I've always been a T-Rex guy, I guess. What did you use to make your cat chase the Jaguar cube? Laser pen. They're fun. Lots of fun. Is Mike's house really next door to yours like it seemed in the Mr. Bucket video? The Board James Mr. Bucket video? No, he isn't. And actually that window was fake. That's a little fun fact. The window I was sitting at was real, but his window, like, you know, it looks like he's like on the other side of the street or whatever. No, that was just added in. The black cat in your videos, what's his name? His name is Boo. Would you consider an audition or contest for a guest role on Overanalyzers? What does that mean? We're sucking too bad? Thank you. We might, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you know if we do. Have you considered doing sketch comedy besides AVGN? It's kind of broad. Any suggestions? Like, because there's so many kinds of sketch comedy. I feel like everything I do is some kind of sketch comedy one way or another. So, well, in short, yes, definitely. Which of your films are you the most proud of or like the most? Well, of films, like the only things I did that I think came close, the most close to films was Legend of the Blue Hole and The Deader the Better. Since that kind of sort of hints at things I plan to do in the future. So, so far, those are, you know, the ones I'm most proud of.
What is your all-time favorite video game?
All-time favorite video game is probably Zelda, Link to the Past, yeah.
What was the very first video game you ever played?
It was probably on the Odyssey 2. I think that was probably my first console I ever played. And the first game on it was that I ever played, I think, was Cryptologic. It was like 3 games of one. It was Cryptologic and it was 2 other ones. I forget. Does anybody know?
Speedway and Spin Out.
There you go. So first question, what do I think of the 3DS? Is it even out yet? I don't even know. It's okay. I only played it at E3, so I played it like, you know, way ahead of things before it came out, and then I don't know, I never really was paying attention, I guess. Too occupied with all these old shitty games instead. I thought it was pretty cool, actually, when I played it. It wasn't worth standing in line 4 hours to see, but it was still, it was pretty cool. Oh, the other question, the status of the AVGN movie, pre-production. Pre-production's the slowest part, so we'll see how long it takes.
If you didn't get into video making, what do you think you'd be doing today instead?
It would be some kind of art, basically, probably the visual arts. I wanted to do animation before I did like live action stuff. Before I did that, I was actually just into like comics. I just wanted to like draw comics and cartoons.
I heard rumor that you were to review with E.T. in the movie. Is that true?
The plot of the movie revolves around the E.T. game, so yeah, that's all I can say.
Do you have any plans to do any acting outside of the angry video game or like any movies?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Maybe mostly small parts. I don't know if I want, maybe like a lead role, maybe at some point. Yeah, acting's always fun. It's always different when I'm in front of the camera and not also directing it at the same time and everything, which is what I'm going to be doing on the Nerd movie. I'm directing and acting. I actually prefer the behind the camera part more, but I also like being in front of it too, because I think you have to act a little bit to know how to direct. I was just in the remake of Plan 9. I play a police officer. I'm in there for like, you know, it's kind of a small role, but I'm in there for a little while, so we already shot my scenes. It was really fun. It was a great experience.
If you ever played this version of Super Mario Brothers 2 and could compare it to the one that we got in America.
Oh, so you got the Lost Levels there?
Yeah.
The Lost Levels is harder. I've played like a couple levels in it. I still need to try and actually play it all the way through. The American Mario 2, which was based off of, what was it, Doki Doki Panic? Yeah, like, I love that game, yeah. I mean, I didn't know back then when it came out. I mean, nobody knew that. That wasn't the real deal. But, you know, yeah, I still love that game. I have fond memories of it. They're both so different. It's like I couldn't pick one or the other. Because I would pick the one that I grew up on just because I know that one better. But the Lost Levels I still have yet to play, so I can't really answer that. I mean, I need to play it all the way through.
Yeah. Don't you think the Megazord totally beat the Mechagodzilla?
Sure, sure, okay.
Do you watch Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah, you know what? I was, it used to be on Comedy Central, and then it went over to Sci-Fi Channel. I got into the show right before it switched over to the Sci-Fi Channel, and my cable company did not carry the Sci-Fi Channel. I was pissed. So I like just got into the show, and then didn't get to see it.
What's your favorite episode from when you watched it?
I like the Gamera ones, I guess, because you wouldn't believe it. There's some footage in those movies that were not on the Gamera DVDs. But actually now that they've re-released a lot of the Gamera movies on Blu-ray and everything, so yeah, I liked it because it introduced me to a lot of weird movies that I never like heard of, you know. Yeah. Oh, do I watch any other reviewers?
Yeah.
Not many. I don't have time usually. Of course, I've seen Nostalgia Critic. Yeah, he's funny.
In 1 minute, can you review this controller? Tell us both the good and the bad.
Let's see. All right, so you got an Atari controller that looks kind of like a Nintendo controller. Like what's good and what's bad about it?
Yeah.
Well,
Right off the front.
well, I don't know. The joystick seems a little stiff. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say because I'm not playing a game with it. But yeah, I don't know.
You and Motherfucker Mike plan on doing any work together in the future?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, he's always helping with stuff.
Yeah, that's
Always helping out, being a motherfucker, so.
What was the decision for choosing E.T. for the AVGN movie, and how did you go about to decide which game was the best?
From the beginning, since day one, it was like, yeah, E.T. There's so much story behind that game, everything. Yeah, that's all I can say. I will say it is a game you need the instruction manual for. It's definitely a very different game. The first question, is Doug Walker going to be in the movie? I don't know. I don't know, actually. The door's always open for him. There's no part for him right now, but maybe like a cameo or something. It's possible. But as of now, there's no plans. And when the second question was the bullshit mask, what was it made of? Let's see, it was a plastic bag with like glued on cotton and pieces of cardboard and brown spray paint. It's actually a really heavy mask, and like the jaw was the hardest part. There's like a rubber band inside of it with like a piece of plastic where the chin goes. Bugs Bunny shitballs were, I think on the latest Nerd DVD, there's a bonus feature. It shows me making them. They're like ping pong balls with chocolate icing on them. Yeah. Yeah.
When you joined up with Screw Attack, were you approached by Craig, or did you approach them with the AVGN?
I was approached by Screw Attack, yeah.
Was it like, would you say it's like a big turning point for you now that you're a part of them?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, they've always been, you know, good friends, and we always go to conventions together and stuff, so yeah.
What happened to Justin Kyle? I mean, did you and him make the music together, or is it just you or him? Or?
Kyle Justin, how the music got composed, for the theme song. He came to me and said he'd be interested to do it, and it's very different from the stuff Kyle usually does, so at first I wasn't sure, like, okay, are you cool with this? Like, you want to start singing about diarrhea and stuff? Like, is that all right? And he was like, yeah, you know, that's fine. You know, he has a sense of humor and everything. So we basically sat down for a day and like kind of wrote it, and he played it in different styles, and like then I kind of you know, like just took some quotes from the videos, and then we just like put them together, and like, so yeah, we basically like wrote that together, but he's the one who made it as catchy as it is.
Yeah,
so
like it, yes.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Thinking about doing another bash with Nostalgia Creek again?
Yeah, it was so exhausting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's great anytime to work with him, but it's just like, it was hard. It was just like a lot of work to put that together, so I'm mostly just going to concentrate on just putting out videos. Would I really 69 a grizzly bear? Yeah, whatever, sure. All right.
What happened to Bullshit Man?
The Bullshit Man.
Yeah, I love those videos. Those are great.
Yeah, cool. I just put out one like about a week ago or something.
Oh,
Did you see the packaging one just recently? Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like a 2-year absence or something. I forget how long. So yeah, definitely. I hope to do more of them.
How was working with like the texting of the bread? Like, how was that?
Oh, texting of the bread. On my part, it was pretty easy because all I did was I just did the voices, and that was it. So yeah, if I keep one console and one game, I don't know, what would I want to play like all the time? It's not Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I said Zelda, you know, Link to the Past was my favorite game, but I don't know if I'd want to play anything infinitely. Super Metroid's a great game.
Action 52.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, because I got 52 games in one. Yeah. Except they all suck. All right.
Anybody, while you were taping those episodes, ever get injured? Or did you ever break something that maybe you didn't intend to break?
I'm always finding pieces of glass down there every day. It's little tiny pieces of green glass. Okay, that's from a Rolling Rock bottle. We showed the Crazy Castle video, the making of that, on the last DVD, and that's another thing where like there's a part where I got punched pretty hard by Mike when he was in the costume, because he couldn't see too good with that costume on, and like we got our choreography mixed up, and I got like, he punched me in the face, and I got like dizzy and pretty much like passed out for like a second. That's probably the most I think I really got hurt in a video. Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of hurt because there's a part where I get like dragged, and I'm like getting dragged through like sticks and rocks. That wasn't comfortable. That's the only stuff I could think of off the top of my head. I broke some lights. That's about it.
Did you ever receive really harsh criticism in any of your films, and if so, can you give an example?
No, not that I remember. Nothing out of the ordinary, like nothing that sticks, no. I mean, we went to, film school, so like the teachers would usually be like hard on, your films, because that's what, that's what their job is basically. So I was always like brought up on that. I was used to that.
In the Nintendo Power episode, you said there was an ad that was so disgusting you saved
Yeah.
it up. What was it?
It's not a very interesting answer though. It's just the same toenail clipping ad, but for some reason, when I was a kid, I stapled that one because I was so sick of looking at it, so I stapled the pages shut, so I never had to see that ad. But yeah, basically it's no different than the other one that you already see in the video.
You ever think about one of your other projects that you think you should really go back and give that one a fair chance? Maybe something that you didn't really have the capability to do at the time?
Like to just go in more depth, like I did with the revisited episodes.
Yeah. But
Now I'm mostly caught up for the most part. I'm pretty much just moving forward now.
In your review of The Wizard of Oz, you complained about the Scarecrow using the pitchfork.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about him in the movie actually having a gun?
What do I think of the Scarecrow having a gun?
Yes.
Actually, I love that idea because I did a spoof of Wizard of Oz that was all animated. Wizard of Oz 3, Dorothy Goes to Hell. And in that, there is a scene that I still think is one of the funniest things I ever did, where the Scarecrow actually blows his brains out. So, yeah, that's what I would say about that.
Number one, in the end of the 32X review, you burned the 32X. Did you like actually literally burn that 32X?
Yes. No, that 32X got what it deserved. Yeah.
Number two, you've been doing a lot of stuff with the Ninja Turtles lately, like the cartoon review. How do you think like the 2000s, like 2004, the newer TMNT?
Yeah, 2003.
Compare with the old one?
I haven't seen enough of it. It looks pretty good though. I'd like to see more. It took me like 3 years just recently to watch all the original series of Ninja Turtles, like 10 seasons. And it took me so long to watch all that, just to do these videos about them, that doing the new one will probably take me another few years. So it'll be a while if I ever do that.
do you have like any words of wisdom for aspiring filmmakers?
The hardest thing I think is coming up with something that's like unique, and like something that's you, something that's like your own personal mind. So I guess just keep figuring out what's like unique about yourself. What is it you want to do? So just keep finding that.
With all the series you're putting out, like the Overanalyzers, Board James, and Bullshit Man, how do you expect like to keep up with all this?
Overanalyzers is like the whole production is in Cinevore's hands. So basically it's really easy for me to do that. So for me, all it takes is just a few hours to show up and film it, basically. So that's no problem. That's just like, another series. Board James is obviously something that I gotta sit down, I gotta play the game and everything, and get Mike over, and we, and I haven't done a Board James since August, but there'll at least be one this summer. I hope there'll be more frequently. It's hard to keep up with all the series, definitely. The one I'm most interested, I think, to do right now is Board James. I'm looking forward to that. But the priority right now, above everything, is just like trying to get the AVGN movie started. So, yeah.